But yeah, man, 26.3 RC came out, which means this is the final version. But I mean, hopefully for 26.3. But I mean, in terms of what's new, nothing like super tangible, right? There was like a little tweak to how the wallpapers were organized in when you organize like the lock screen for what's it called, for the dynamic wallpapers. They split up astronomy and weather, so that's one thing. And then they're making it easier to transfer between iPhone and Android when you like reset your device. So that's the biggest one, I think. And I'm noticing a trend. Apple's starting to try to play nice with Android little by little, you know?
Yeah. They're probably trying to hit off more antitrust stuff.
I know. That's another thing. They had a lot of updates for like the EU regulations and stuff that they had that weren't really applicable to us here in the US. Like notification forwarding is finally there because they had to. They turned on precise location, like to disable precise location for certain cell carriers. So you can still share your overall location, but you can turn off the precise location so they don't know exactly where you are, you know?
Right, and that's actually came to the U.S. as well on limited devices with Apple's new modem.
Yeah. Correct. Oh, is that what distinguished it? So I was like, this is such a random assortment of iPhones. It was like a 17 Air, a 16e.
Only the ones with the Apple modem.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because I know here in the U.S. the only carrier that this applies to is Boost Mobile.
Boost Mobile, yeah, I know. It's like I don't know anybody on Boost, but
I know. Yeah. If anything, I know Mint is kind of popular. I've heard of Helium, but obviously you got the big ones like the T-Mobile, Verizon's, and AT&T's. But those weren't affected. But yeah, that's 26.3. Honestly, nothing too crazy, right? Unless you think of anything else.
That's a wrap.
That's it.
We'll see you next week, everybody.
Peace.
We'll see you next. Yeah, but 26.4, I think that's the real big. The exciting thing about 26.3 is the fact that means that 26.4 is right around the corner. So perhaps even next week, maybe.
I think it'll come out early next week for sure. 26.4 beta 1, and supposedly that's going to be the first stepping stone into this Siri, Gemini, whatever that is, that's going to look like. We're going to start to get at least a shape of what that's supposed to be like.
Yeah, that's exciting. Now, that's genuinely something to look forward to. That's something I definitely plan on exploring. I've been using Gemini a lot. Well, I won't say a lot, but more lately since Apple announced that, or did
Interesting.
that.
Okay.
Apple announced it.
Yeah.
And it's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
It's impressive. Like I was asking it to do some research on Thunderbolt, and like it was extremely verbose and came back with all these references, and it's just like I can see this being a pretty good research tool.
No, that makes sense. I downloaded when that news came out. I downloaded Gemini, created the account. I played with it a little bit, but I guess I'm just so used to how GPT formats, or maybe GPT like knows how I like things formatted when it's showed to me. I didn't like how Gemini was formatting whatever answers it was giving me, and I just kind of like gave up on it because of that.
I can see that. And one of the complaints I had is like I wanted it to basically when it produced this report about Thunderbolt, I wanted it to create a PDF so that I could save it, right?
Yeah.
But it just the only thing I could figure out that you could do is export it to a Google Doc, and then from a doc make a PDF.
Okay.
Like there was no direct PDF creation. Can you do that in ChatGPT? I imagine you could.
You can ask it to create a PDF for you, but I haven't done that in a little while. But I remember it was a little hit or miss sometimes. It would create a link, you would click on the link to download it, and then 50% of the time it'd be like, there's nothing here, like there's nothing to download. So you'd have to ask it a few times, and then finally it would create a PDF for you. So it works eventually. But the one that I want to try next is Claude. I've been hearing good things about it.
All right, so I have been playing with Claude.
Okay, tell me.
I've been also trying that Claudebot, which
you're trying it?
Was already installed. I mean, I had it running on my Mac Mini last week. They call it it's Moltbot now. They had to change the name.
Molten Bolt or something. Yeah.
Moltbot, right? Because basically, like you know how butterflies or caterpillars molt and things of that nature. Oh. I don't know. So anyway, I was playing with that. I don't trust though giving AI full permissions over my system, so I just like quarantined it to my Mac Mini.
Okay.
And it's interesting because like you can take like iMessage, or you can take Telegram and send commands to a Telegram bot, and then that bot will relay it to your Mac Mini, to the Moltbot server, and then it will execute stuff. So I could be like, launch such and such app. I can text that to a Telegram bot, and then the app will launch on my Mac. Stuff like that. Or I could say, delete this screenshot, or tell me what files are on my desktop, and it'll tell me. Like, just stuff like that. Basically, being able to have shell access and be able to execute commands like that. It's interesting. I don't really get I understand why people are excited about it, but to me, the security implications...
That's what it is, man.
That is like, I don't want to give an AI full access to my personal machine. Like, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to put it in like a development environment or some kind of like sandbox environment. But it's kind of creepy, honestly.
Because I heard you can. It's kind of like what the R1 Rabbit wanted to do, right? Where it was like it created like if I remember you were supposed to like ask it to order you an Uber or play something on Spotify, so it would like know which actions to take, like where each button in the UI was for Spotify to get you there. So it's like that aspect, right? It's like a true assistant that can go deep into. It can like understand UI and like dynamically click on what you need to click on for you. If you really wanted to, right?
Yeah, I think you're... Yeah, it is much more akin to that. And, like, as far as being able to actually do stuff on your behalf, I think it's a much more powerful agent to be able to do that.
What do they call it? Not LAM, Large Action Model. That's what they called it, I remember. The R1 Rabbit people.
It's pretty cool. But I'm still exploring it. Like I said, I've kept it quarantined to just the Mac Mini. And actually... I don't know. We'll check back. I'll let you know how that experience is going, but I'm still kind of playing around with it, configuring it, and things of that nature.
Yeah, because the security thing does throw me for a loop. Because I guess in theory, you could ask it to order groceries for you, or put an order in for something, or maybe answer an email for you. But how do you know? I don't know. Those are all things that I want to do. Like, I don't trust anybody else to do. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't even trust like my mom to do something like that. Like, I'm not gonna, like, I don't trust another human to do that for me. Like, correspond this email, or like, I guess if you had a secretary, you could say, hey, send this email or whatever, or do this, or take this action, or book this flight. But I kind of want to know.
Like the booking the flight is a great like, even if I know that we're about to like book a trip or flights, hotels, or something like that, I don't even do that on my iPhone. I need to get in front of a bigger screen to make sure that I'm doing everything that I need to do correctly. So trusting a bot, or trusting like Claudebot to find me the best deal on a flight and book it for me sounds, I guess in theory, doesn't sound that crazy, but it's like something that there's definitely like a barrier for me that I don't want to give up.
Yeah. And I think the cool thing about this, though, is that it has like full shell access. Like, you can do all these different commands on your Mac that you normally would not be able to do with any sort of AI agent. So, yeah, it's an interesting time.
You speak to it or command it like naturally, right? It's not like you're in a command terminal. You're literally just like typing out like it's a person what to do.
Like, you just have I have a Telegram bot that I spun up, and you just send commands to that bot. Like, let me see if I have Telegram open here. Let me see if I actually... So that's not actually...
It's like a contact in your Telegram.
So I'm like... Yeah, exactly. So I just was like... I mean, you could ask it stuff for Gemini, and it'll like interface with Gemini. But...
Okay.
And let me see here. So I could say, hey, like, set up my API key for Gemini. And I'll just paste my API key in there, and then it knows where to go to configure that key. And it did it for me.
That's crazy.
It's... Yeah.
Or it's like you have your if you have like an external SSD already plugged in, and you're like, all right, upload the final project file to our YouTube channel.
I mean, I guess in theory that's like where it would want to go. Yeah, so I said, like, here's something I said. I said, what apps are currently running? I just typed that directly into Telegram, and it gave me a list of all the apps that are currently open.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a Mac Mini that I guess I got to try this out on. I've seen some people online, but the videos are so long that I'm like, and everybody's like promising the world with this thing. You know how people go through their extremes on Twitter?
Yeah.
So it turns me off a little bit, but I'll give it a shot.
Another thing I said, create a new text file in documents called such and such .txt, and it did it. And it's very kind of basic stuff like that. I didn't try any of the more advanced things that people are trying to do, but again, I'm still exploring it. I
think we need a
cool.
Jeff video on that.
Yeah, I doubt it. Yeah. I doubt it. It's too. I've watched the videos too, and they're just way too verbose and way too long. Like I just can't.
Yeah, you got to be like really wanting to understand what's going on to do it.
Yeah, but anyway, with that being said, like, man,
hopefully that's like something that maybe comes to Siri, right? Like if you're gonna trust anybody or any of these assistants, it's gonna be the one that's on your iDevice, in my opinion. And if you can get Siri to take command inside of your phone, obviously with whatever privacy measures they set up, then we're talking about a real upgrade to Siri for the first time ever.
Yeah, and I think that's that's kind of what was promised, right?
Yeah, it was.
That's kind of like being able to take actions within apps. That was something that they actually had marketing material about, right?
Yeah, like the cross-app interactions. I remember I went to like a Samsung event a year and a half ago, and Samsung was showing off that situation. Like, go into Google, find the 3 vegan restaurants in the area, put all the options together in a text message, and send it to Bob. And it did it. It needed one final confirmation to send that message, but it did everything else up until that final point. And like Siri can't do that. You know?
No way. Siri can barely tell the time, man.
Yeah, right? It's crazy.
This has got to be like, I'm very, very, very curious to see what this upgrade to Siri is going to look like. I'm also curious about, like, is there a point of no return with this? Like, if you upgrade, because certain services, like there's certain things that in the past you've upgraded on your iPhone, and it's like, okay, if you make this upgrade, then all the other devices that aren't yet upgraded can't use this feature or can't do this or that. So I'm just wondering if there's like a point of no return to where, like, if you do this upgrade, all your other devices have to be, or other devices are limited some way. I don't know. It's just going to be interesting to see how this all pans out. But
I remember that what you said just reminded me back in the day when you would jailbreak your device and like you couldn't update it because then it would break the jailbreak.
Yeah.
Way back in the day.
Yeah.
And then even like I went to the other day, I went to go fix my iPhone screen. $329 later, unfortunately. Crazy. But I was on a beta software, and the guy was trying to like run this test before they took the iPhone in. And it was like this whole thing to go back and forth. Eventually they took it and it was fine, but it was like, oh, what is this? You're on 26.3? We're on 26.2.1. What are you doing? Like, I'm beta testing it, man. Just fix my screen, please.
Yeah, really. Does that ever make you feel weird, like when someone takes your phone? Because that is your life. Like all of your like contacts are on there, all of your text messages, all of your calendar stuff, all your like. Does that ever kind of creep you out? It's like this person literally has, like, if you had a diary and you just spread it, you took all the pages, ripped them out of your diary, and just put them on the table, and it's like, read this. Obviously, Apple employees. There's limits to what they can do, but it's still just kind of weird.
Yeah, like they're like, oh, do you know your Apple ID login and password? They had to turn off Find My, so they had to go in and like disconnect Find My or like erase the phone from Find My or something like that. And then they had to do a couple little things that I was like, oh, okay, you're gonna have my phone for 3 hours. But eventually it got done. But it's a little iffy, the process. Because I had never done that before. I've never gotten my screen replaced, I think, like ever. So that was a new process for me.
I have, yeah. And that's why I could relate, because I'm like, I experienced that just giving your phone up. It's like, okay, here you go. But all right, so here's another thing. Like, have you ever been through like a drive-through and like, hey, you guys take Apple Pay? They're like, yeah, give me your phone.
Yeah.
I'm like, What?
Yeah, they take your phone and they're like, all right, bing. They can do anything with that.
Yeah, they're like, unlock your phone, please. And
it's like, put your Face ID in and give me your credit card. I guess it's no different than like giving them the physical credit card, I guess.
Yeah, I guess not, but it's still weird.
It's a little, it feels like this weird like digital intimacy that I just don't want to give you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like,
so no, I definitely feel that.
It's like, it would be like akin to taking your MacBook and be like, all right, give me your MacBook, and they're take your MacBook. Because I mean, these are computers, and it's just interesting times we live in, for sure. But
I know. So anyway. So let's see if Siri gets all that access, and how much we give it, and how Apple rolls it out, and I'm sure you're going to feed it slowly as opposed to just opening up the doors right away. So again, this is now 2 years in the make. I mean, the iPhone 16 was built from the ground up for Apple Intelligence, right? Supposedly. So now we're a year and a half into this thing with nothing to really show for it right now.
Dude,
I know. I see you smiling over there.
That is hilarious. Like, I mean, just hearing that term, built from the ground up with Apple Intelligence.
Yeah, that's what they said a ton of times in their keynote. Like, Tim Cook was saying that.
That only Apple can do.
Yeah. God. And here we are. The iPhone 16 does the same thing, And I'm probably going to have to... It's giving me the feeling of, like, back when Elon promised full self-driving for the cars with, like, hardware 2 or 2.5. Remember that? And like they charge you $15,000 to get FSD, and then all those people they got nothing.
Upgrade now because this car is actually going to make you money.
Yeah. So it gives me a little bit of that feeling, So let's hope Apple does right by. I mean, this one's a little bit less easier pill to swallow because it's not a car and $15,000, but still, when you make a promise, you got to go through with it because if not, I'm sure people will take action.
Yeah.
Either that or make decisions with their wallets,
Yeah. Here's all right. So kind of shifting gears a little bit. So I did that video about the screen sharing and all that. So we talked about it last week, so we won't get into it. But basically, high performance screen sharing. And someone in the comments asked a question like, why don't we have screen sharing from the iPad to the Mac? Like, why is that not like just a default feature? Like you tap a button and you instantly view your Mac.
Oh, you view your Mac on your iPad, you mean?
Yeah. I know there are ways to do that,
yeah.
but like
it's not native.
Yeah. Why is there not a native way to do that? That's such as like...
I agree. It'd be so easy. I guess that goes back to the whole thing like Apple doesn't want to put Mac OS on your iPad. I'm like, we're basically there now. Just let us do it, and it'll be like a virtual machine. You're just like jumping into it, playing around with whatever files you need, and then pop back out. They should allow to do that.
Yeah, I was going to say like if you're not going to allow us to dual boot or like boot a version of Mac OS on the iPad, at least allow us to to remote desktop into our Macs with just a tap of a button. Because we already have iCloud set up. We have two-factor authentication set up. So it would be so trivial. I mean, I say this, like, trivial in a sense, right?
In the Apple world,
Yeah. Like, just have remote desktop or just have a screen sharing app. Just have that app, like, right there in the dock and make that a thing. Like, why is that not a thing?
No, and I mean the iPad already plays so well with Mac OS with like Sidecar, and then they also have what was the other one? Is it Universal Control? Is that what it's called? Where you can use the same mouse.
Yeah.
Okay. So they play nice already.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just give us like that one extra step so I can run my Mac computer on my iPad when I am somewhere else. Because my Mac is always on Wi-Fi. It's always plugged in.
Yeah, I mean, just think about how incredible that would be. Like, all right, so you are at Starbucks and you're like, oh, I forgot that file's on my Mac, and you don't have it synced. Or I need to review that video in Final Cut Pro that I was working on. I need to look at it and just scrub through the timeline. Well, they already have the pieces in place. You get the high performance screen sharing, which is going to make that experience way better. You have iCloud, you have the infrastructure there with two-factor. You just tap a button and you're instantly viewing your Mac's desktop. and with a very and if you have a cellular iPad, it's a no-brainer.
It's easier. No, agreed. It would be so easy to do and so useful.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hopefully one day, as they continue to, they can't give us everything at once with the iPad. If not, people aren't going to buy it.
Well, here's what I think. I was thinking, the cynical part of me was thinking, well, why would they do that? What incentive do they have to do that? Because that's going to potentially, I guess, limit MacBook sales. I guess they could encroach on the MacBook sales, but
maybe a little, because you just buy a cheap Mac Mini and then use Mac OS in little spurts when you need it.
Yeah.
On your iPad, so it could.
I guess.
But nah. I don't know. I think it's more so for the Pro. It would be a cool feature to have for the Pro iPad user, for the iPad Pro user. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That would be a fun one to do.
For sure.
So.
Yep.
But yeah, that's what we got.
So.
But then what else happened this week?
Not a lot, man.
Anything else?
So there were some rumors about the upcoming Studio Display refresh. No pun intended.
I was looking at that.
Refresh rate. I mean, most of us were expecting 120 hertz refresh rate at minimum, just given the state of the iPad and the state of the Mac, right? The MacBook. But apparently,
because the MacBook is 120 hertz, right? The mini LED.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it makes sense.
Yeah, ProMotion. So it's there on the MacBook Pro. It's there on the iPad Pro. Obviously, it's there on the iPhone as well. But it's not there on the Studio Display. That's still limited to 60 hertz. But the rumors are suggesting that this next upgrade is going to actually be right in the middle of that at 90 hertz.
Which is interesting. Why not just give the full 120? I don't think it's that big of a cost prohibitive, a cost factor, right? It can't be for the amount of displays that they're going to be pushing out. And then what benefit do you get? I guess there's a 0.5x benefit, a 50% better fluidity, I guess, with 90 hertz. But still, it'd be easier to match up the 120 to the 120, I'm sure.
Of course, yeah. But I think one of the rumors was suggesting that the new iPad Air would be using the same display technology, so it could basically just scale from the iPad Air to the iMac to the Studio Display. So
okay. And is a Pro Display XDR 120 or no?
Nope.
Because that's a 6-year-old monitor, 7-year-old monitor,
60 hertz, baby. 60 hertz.
So maybe that's another reason why, 90 hertz for the Studio Display, and then they'll do 120 for whenever the new Pro Display XDR comes out, if they ever make a new one.
Perhaps, yeah.
Let us climb the price ladder.
But there's so many good third-party displays out now and coming out that were announced at CES, and even those displays I have behind me, I'm really, really, that's 60 hertz, that middle one, that 6K display. But for the money, a 6K display, pretty awesome. And it looks incredible. I can't lie. Yeah.
No, and have you owned, you had a Pro Display XDR, not a Pro Display.
Yeah.
Did you have a Studio Display or a Pro Display?
I've had both. Multiple iterations of both.
That's crazy.
Multiple.
You got rid of them?
Yeah. I got rid of the Pro Display because I thought they were going to update, release a new one. And plus,
never did.
And also it just was a little unwieldy.
It's big and thick and right.
Not just that, but it's just not very capable. It doesn't have a lot of creature comforts. There's no daisy chaining. It's limited because the bandwidth issues and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a nice display. But yeah, it's not that nice, especially the price and given the fact that it doesn't come with a stand and all that. But they do hold their value up pretty well.
I forgot about all that.
Yeah, it's a very expensive proposition.
Is it still $5,000?
Yes.
Yeah, right?
Yes.
Or $6,000 with the stand?
Yes, and they hold up their value very, very well. So even used, you're not going to find great deals on them.
Let me see. Studio Display still, that's $1,599. Yeah, $4,999.
Yeah.
That's crazy for a display.
I could not recommend that now. I get it. I get it.
It came out in 2019, right?
For the Pro Display XDR did, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Came alongside the Mac Pro.
Oh, that's another one.
Yeah.
Mac Pro. With the $700 wheels.
Yeah.
What a time.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So that's one of the little rumors.
I do have an announcement to make on the Mac side as well.
What's your announcement?
That I'm going to be playing with soon. I'm waiting to show you, but we have a MacBook in the studio.
Oh, cool.
We'll see how that plays in the ecosystem.
Nice.
I literally just opened it. The M5 one. I haven't even set it up.
Is it an Air or a Pro?
I was curious to see. A Pro.
Okay.
The M5 Pro.
Nice. Yeah.
So I'm curious to see. Again, I'm going to compare it a lot to the iPad Pro. I'm going to try Final Cut Pro again, just to see what that flows like, and kind of see if that makes any difference, if it's better or worse. I like the fact that, because again, now I'm using SD cards, so like having an SD port directly built in there. Like if the iPad had one, that'd be sick, but it would probably look kind of funny to a lot of people, and that's probably why Apple would never do that. But just to see what it's like, kind of change it up a little bit, you know. I know that the M5 Pro MacBook Pro should be coming out kind of soon, but that's probably too much computer for me anyway.
You mean the trying to think. M5.
Because right now there's only an M5 MacBook Pro. There's no M5 Pro MacBook Pro or M5 Max MacBook Pro.
You mean there's M5 Pro MacBook Pro, right?
I don't think so. I think it's just
M5. there was no Ultra or Max. I'm
no, because when I
okay.
Let me see. Let's check it. Yeah, if you want right now, if you want an M5 chip, you can either get it in the iPad Pro or in a 14-inch M5 MacBook Pro. There's no 16-inch M5.
Oh, okay.
Very weird how they brought it out. But yeah, so it's just an M5 chip. You can spec it up. You can spec up the RAM and stuff like that, of course. But there's no M5 Pro chip yet.
Oh.
So they give you the option. So you can buy the M5 chip or the M4 Pro or the M4 Max.
That shows you how out of the loop I am, because I didn't even realize that. Yeah. Wow. Okay.
But it's also it shows you like how confusing it all is, you know. And then you have like the Ultra. Is there an M4 Ultra somewhere?
No.
Or that's an M3
There
Ultra?
never was an M4 Ultra.
Yeah, and I think they're just going to skip that one.
Yeah, it is confusing.
And we're getting rumors about the M6 MacBook Pro redesign already, which is funny.
Yeah. But definitely give Final Cut Pro a chance, though. Because, I mean, for all the grief I give it, it is an incredible application. Like, it is definitely a workflow. Like, I feel like if you dedicated the time to honing a workflow in Final Cut, you would be way faster. Like, if you think you're already fast with the iPad and Luma, I think if you hone your workflow with Final Cut Pro on a MacBook, it would
fly.
You would yeah. It just
I'm definitely I'm committing at least all of next week. I mean this weekend too. I'm gonna play around with it, but all next week, whatever videos come out are gonna come out of this MacBook.
Okay. All right.
You know? And we'll see how it goes. Right. We'll see how it goes. Because I'm curious to see how the file management system is a little bit different, if it's easier or harder, more confusing.
Way easier.
I know that Final Cut has way more
way easier.
Final Cut has way more plugins too.
Way more plugins. Like I have I can't even tell you how many I have an infinite amount of plugins for Final Cut Pro, like literally infinite. It's almost endless. And not just that, but the keyboard shortcuts are so amazing. The extensibility of it is amazing. It's on a whole nother league. Like, and that's no shade to Luma. Like Luma's amazing for what it is. It truly is amazing. And obviously very capable. But
they're always limited to what iPadOS gives
exactly.
them,
And
you know?
with Final Cut, dude, it's a whole nother ball game. Like I'm telling you, it's a whole new world. If you really dedicate to the craft for the next week, you won't go back.
That sounds crazy. I guess let's see how it goes. And then what was I gonna say about it? Oh yeah, obviously I'm gonna try it with Creator Studio. We'll try it out, before I spend the $300.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I've ever purchased Final Cut Pro.
Try it out.
So I don't have like a 2011 license like you do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So report back next week. We're going to see how you did with Final Cut.
Yeah, let's see how it goes.
Awesome. And if you have any questions, let me know, man. I'm always happy to answer Final Cut Pro questions. Yeah. I love it.
Oh, of course. What plugins I should get, and then also the new features that you mentioned that are pretty good, like being able to like text to search or whatever, or the transcription search.
Beat matching. Cool. Yeah.
The beat matching. I haven't even tried. The magnetic timeline was something that was a big one.
That's Final Cut 10 1.0 though. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that was one of the big controversies, but the magnetic timeline is amazing. It just makes so much sense. Once you get your head around it, you won't want to edit any other way. Like, trust me. Like, it is. Okay. You're gonna say like, "Hey, Jeff, you were right about that." And I don't say that a lot, but that's one of the things that the camera situation is the same deal. Except maybe even
things are just getting a little bit more professional.
Not even just that. It's just like workflow wise. And it's just like with Final Cut Pro, it's almost like, and to a lesser degree, LumaFusion as well, but you can literally do pretty much anything. Like if you think about it, you can do it. And that's kind of how I feel about Logic. Like if you could think of a sound, you could think of a beat or some sort of song, you can do it. Like it's just about matter of acquiring the know-how to do it, but it's possible. And then you add in motion and compressor on top of that, then you're cooking, man. So try it out, let me know what you think.
All right, let's do that,
and report back.
Now let's do it.
All right, well,
but I mean, that's pretty much it. I know, like we said, there isn't much going on this week. I'm hoping next week gives us a little bit of spice, right? Because we were supposed to get maybe the M5 Pro or something, some new MacBook coming out. But we wait another week. And if anything, I'm just waiting for the trade deadline to end today in the NBA. See if Miami gets Giannis.
We'll see. Yeah, that'll definitely be a big get. Yeah. All right, man. Well, we'll catch you next time. Be sure to subscribe, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify, and all the places you get your favorite shows. Check us out next week.
All the above. And leave some questions below or some topics you guys want us to talk about next week. See what you guys want to see.
See ya.
Deuces.